Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this individual executive member decision. My name's Callum Warnham. I'm a Democratic and Electoral Services Specialist. Making the decision today will be Councillor Lindsay Ferris, who's our executive member for planning and the local plan. And supporting from the officer side of things is Ian Jordan, who's the planning business support manager. So with that, I will just very quickly hand over to Ian just to run us through the report and recommendation.
Thank you. So as the report outlines, this is a formal agreement process for minor modifications to our existing local validation list, which is a piece of policy adopted by the council in order to enable applicants to submit information to us to validate applications depending on where they are within the borough. We are intending to extend the district licensing scheme for great crested newts within the borough. This proposal adds an alternative provision to two that already exist for applicants in terms of protection mitigation introduced. We're asking you to approve that minor modification to now include allowing applicants to join the district licence scheme as authorised by the council as part of the planning application process. And that will allow us to discharge our requirements under the habitat protections.
So the one question that I've had, and I will raise again today, is the grey crested newts are protected. And this new alternative proposal does not reduce in any way protection. It doesn't make any material difference.
It does not. No, all it does is add an alternative ability for applicants to discharge those legal liabilities, the ones we under the protected housing protection. So,
does it streamline the process for both the council and the applicant?
Largely for us, probably not, but it almost certainly will for the applicant. So the licensing scheme is going to be looked after by English Nature, Space Protection. Nature Space Protection Group partnerships. Yeah, so they're working in partnership with English Nature, Natural England, sorry, because they've changed their name. So they're working in partnership to allow this. Previously, you had to get a license from Natural England, and that required you to approach them in any event. So this simply adds to your ability to apply for that and get those requirements discharged by Natural England, who are the body that look after it.
Is this now becoming more common with other local authorities?
It is. I don't know exactly how many other authorities. There are a number of others now that are adopting this scheme because it makes sense to add to whatever they already have. It just adds to the choice rather than limiting any other protection or indeed anything else that we offer.
And are we going to be adding other issues to the local validation list?
Not that, with nothing planned at the moment. So there's nothing else planned outside of this at the moment. There may be some modifications later, but they will have to go through this process again, as and when we do them. We try and do them if we do more than one to collectively do it rather than have one of these meetings for everyone. But at the moment, nothing planned.
Well, one thing that I've been thinking at, this is going to be for my local plan role, is where we are at the moment in Wokingham Borough, we still have quite a wide range of all the animals, butterflies, birds, etc. in the borough. What forms of protection would we be able to give to something which is not on as is protected like the grey crested newt, but is becoming incredibly uncommon, but hasn't quite reached that stage? And I'm just wondering, that was something that was spotted by I love butterflies. There's some very rare butterflies in this area, but they're not at the great crested newts there, or haven't got the same protection. They may even be rarer than the
Yeah.
great crested newt. But I'm just thinking generally, this is not linked to this, but it's something.
Yeah. So I mean,
Well, I was just wondering whether this was something that if there's something else that's protected, do we have another increase into the local validation list? So we've got great crested newts. What else would we be having coming?
we could certainly consider doing that, although there has to be a legal impetus for us to be able to introduce any form of protection. This modification is purely limited to great crested newts and nothing else. So certainly it's something which we could consider, but there has to be a legal basis for us to use those protective powers. And at the moment, if they don't exist, then we are unable to do that, fortunately. Yeah, they may well be protected already, I don't know.
Outside of this debate, but
yeah.
it's an interesting one because I'm just looking at the whether there's an extension associated with the local validation list. That's what I was thinking about.
Not yet.
No, I don't think I have any issues. I think this is an additional process, and I think I'm all.
Thank you.
So just Lindsay, as we discussed before, just to make it clear, the decision, just to add at the end of the decision, brackets within the agenda report. So I'll read that out now, so we're clear. And then if you're happy with that, so the decision will be that the executive member for planning and the local plan approve the minor modifications to the existing local validation list as outlined above, brackets within the agenda report, close brackets. You happy with that?
Yes.
So with that, if I just get us all to sign the decision sheet. I've got pens. You're the top one, so signature, and then print your name.
Others was like yours.
Squiggle. Unreadable.
Brilliant.
I'll have
Thank you. I'll grab that. So that decision will be made subject to the standard 5-day call-in period, after which that decision can be implemented to the local validation lists. And with that, I will thank everybody and close the meeting.